June 24th, 2009, Michael Jackson walked into the Staples Center in Los Angeles at 6:30 p.m. He was about to rehearse for the biggest comeback tour in music history, 50 shows at London's O2 Arena. Starting in 20 days, he rehearsed 3 songs: Dangerous, Thriller, Earth Song. And according to everyone who was there, he was perfect. Travis Payne, his choreographer, said he was on fire. Kenny Ortega said he was ready. The rehearsal ended around midnight. Michael hugged his dancers, thanked the crew, and said something that nobody understood until 12 hours later when he was found dead in his bedroom. This is what Michael Jackson said at his final rehearsal, and why it haunts everyone who heard it. June 24th, 2009 started like any other rehearsal day. Michael arrived at the Staples Center around 6:30 p.m., but according to magician Ed Alonzo, who was part of the production, Michael jokingly complained of laryngitis and didn't start rehearsing until 9 p.m. That delay would become important later, because Michael had spent the afternoon in meetings about a planned CBS television special scheduled to air on Halloween. The special would integrate his Ghost movie with live performances of Thriller and Threatened from the This Is It shows. It never happened. But on June 24th, Michael was still planning for it. It's still excited about it, still thinking months ahead. According to multiple sources, Michael rehearsed 3 full songs that night: Dangerous, Thriller, and Earth Song. Some reports say he ran through most of the show up to Earth Song. But what's confirmed is this: he nailed it. He looked great and had great energy, Ed Alonzo told reporters after Michael's death. Dorian Holley, Michael's vocal director who'd worked with him since 1987, said there was something different about him that night. Michael seemed more contemplative, more present, like he was finally seeing the show come together for the first time. Up until that day, it had always been just a concept, Holley said. But that last day, you could see it in him that he was seeing the show finally come together for the first time. It was a big moment. Footage from that final rehearsal is heartbreaking to watch now. Michael in a black shirt, moving with precision, hitting every mark, his voice strong, his energy undeniable. During Earth Song, the final song he ever performed on stage, Michael stands alone as the lights fade. He closes his eyes, turns his face upward, and gently smiles as the lights fade to black around him. It's the last known footage of Michael Jackson alive, and it looks like a goodbye, but nobody saw it that way on June 24th. They saw a performer at the top of his game, ready to conquer London, ready to remind the world he was still the king of pop. Travis Payne, his lead choreographer, later said he was on fire that night. Kenny Ortega, the show's director, echoed that. Michael was ready. The show was ready. In 20 days, the world would see what they'd been building. The rehearsal went past midnight. It officially ended around 12:30 a.m. on June 25th. As the cast and crew were leaving, Michael spoke with costume designer Michael Bush and musical director Michael Bearden. According to multiple reports, he confirmed he'd be back in the afternoon. Around 2 p.m., one more rehearsal. Then they'd head to London for final dress rehearsals at the O2 Arena. Everything was on track. Everything was perfect. And then Michael said something that nobody paid attention to in the moment. But after he died, those words became unbearable. According to Dorian Holley and others who were there, Michael looked at the small group in the rehearsal studio, the dancers, the backup singers, the crew, and he said something he'd said many times before. But this time, he whispered it in a way that made people stop. "You are amazing. I love you all. I love you more." Some clapped, some smiled. Nobody knew those would be the last words they'd ever hear from him on stage. But there's more. According to people close to the production, as Michael was leaving the Staples Center, he hugged his dancers, thanked the crew one more time, and then he said something else. "We're ready." 2 words, simple, confident, "We're ready." Kenny Ortega later said that moment was monumental. Michael had been anxious for months, worried about the shows, worried about his health, worried about whether he could still deliver on the world's biggest stage. But on June 24th, 2009, after running through Dangerous, Thriller, and Earth Song, Michael Jackson finally believed it. They were ready. 12 hours later, he was dead. What the dancers and crew didn't know was that Michael Jackson was in crisis. According to Karen Fay, his makeup artist for 27 years, Michael had been deteriorating for weeks. In mid-June, during a rehearsal, Michael appeared very stoic but frightened. He kept repeating, "Why can't I choose?" Over and over. I had never seen him so emaciated. Faye testified during the AEG wrongful death trial. At almost 6 feet tall, Michael weighed close to 130 pounds. He was shivering from chills, paranoid. Repeating himself? He was not the man I knew, Faye said. But on June 24th, something changed. According to multiple witnesses, Michael seemed better, more focused, more energized. Ed Alonzo said he had great energy. Travis Payne said he was on fire. Dorian Holley said he was finally seeing the show come together. What nobody knew was that Michael had been on his second day of being weaned off propofol, the powerful anesthetic he'd been using to sleep for months. And according to medical experts, his behavior that night, the focus, the energy, the clarity, might have been a result of withdrawal symptoms wearing off. Michael Jackson was getting better. His body was fighting. And for one night, on June 24th, 2009, he was the performer everyone remembered. Then he went home, and everything fell apart. Michael left the Staples Center around 12:30 a.m. on June 25th. He drove to his rented mansion in Holmby Hills. At the entrance gate, he stopped to greet a small group of fans who were waiting for him. They took photos, he smiled, he waved. And then he went inside. Dr. Conrad Murray was waiting for him, Michael's personal physician, the man AEG Live had hired to keep Michael healthy enough to perform 50 shows. Shortly after arriving home, Michael began complaining of fatigue. He asked Dr. Murray to help him sleep. He took a shower. Murray applied lotion to his back, as he did almost every night. Then he inserted a saline IV below Michael's knee. At 10:40 a.m. on June 25th, Dr. Murray gave Michael 25 milligrams of propofol, the drug Michael called milk, the drug that would kill him. According to Murray's statement to police, Michael's last words were about sleep. Murray was concerned about the time. Michael was expected to be up by a certain time to get to rehearsals. He asked Michael how much sleep he thought he was going to get. Michael responded, "Just make me sleep. Doesn't matter what time I get up." When Murray pressed him about the schedule for the day, Michael said, "I can't function if I don't sleep. They'll have to cancel it. And I don't want them to cancel it, but they will have to cancel it." Those were Michael Jackson's final words. Not "I love you more," not "we're ready," but "I can't function if I don't sleep." After getting his milk, Michael Jackson fell asleep, and he never woke up again. At 12:21 p.m. on June 25th, 2009, security called 911. Dr. Conrad Murray had found Michael unconscious, not breathing, weak pulse. Paramedics arrived at 12:26 p.m. They treated Michael at the scene. But according to paramedic Richard Seneff's testimony, Michael Jackson was already dead when they got there. He was transported to Ronald Reagan UCLA Medical Center. CPR was performed for another hour. But at 2:26 p.m., Michael Jackson was pronounced dead. He was 50 years old. The cause of death, acute propofol intoxication. Dr. Conrad Murray had administered the drug to help Michael sleep, and it killed him 18 days before the first This Is It performance. 12 hours after his final rehearsal, after he told his crew, "We're ready." The greatest comeback in music history became the greatest tragedy. On June 27th, 2009, 2 days after Michael's death, the cast and crew of This Is It gathered at the Staples Center, the same place where Michael had rehearsed just 3 nights earlier. They prayed together, they cried together, and they tried to process what had happened. Footage of that gathering was filmed. It appeared in the This Is It trailer, but it was never included in the final documentary or any of the special features. Too heavy, too raw, too painful. You are amazing. I love you all. I love you more. Those were the last words Michael Jackson said to his crew at the Staples Center on June 24th, 2009. And for the people who heard them, those words have haunted them every day since, because they didn't know it was goodbye. They thought it was just another rehearsal, just another night of preparation for the biggest tour in history. "We're ready," Michael said as he left. And he was. The show was ready. The dancers were ready. The music was ready. Everything was perfect, except Michael Jackson's body was failing. And the man who was supposed to keep him alive, Dr. Conrad Murray, gave him the one drug that would kill him. On August 28th, 2009, the Los Angeles County coroner classified Michael Jackson's death as a homicide. Dr. Conrad Murray was convicted of involuntary manslaughter in November of 2011. He served 2 years of a 4-year sentence. But for the dancers, the crew, the people who were there on June 24th, no conviction could erase what they'd witnessed. Michael Jackson at the top of his game, ready to conquer the world, 12 hours away from death. "I love you more." Those words weren't just a sign-off. They were a farewell. And nobody understood until it was too late. If you want to hear more untold stories about the legends who changed music history, like and subscribe to King of Pop. Stay tuned for more content.